Can you share your full revert story with us?
Rewrite story. All right, where do I begin? 2023 summer. So I was at this point in life where I wasn't sure where I was pretty much going, and I spent a whole 3 months kind of exploring the West Coast of America. Around that time, it was like I was short on money. I was struggling financially and stuff. So I was doing like NFTs, like crypto, trying to make my bag. And also at the same time, I just spent time being alone just to kind of see the world for what it is. And I did that for an entire 3 months. So basically, I was pretty much homeless in a car. Well, I wasn't like broke. Like I had money, but like no house. Like I was living in my car, and on purpose. Deliberately. So I did that, and from there, I traveled from I think Interstate 5. I think that's what they call it on the West Coast, up and down. I went down all the way to LA, Los Angeles, and then there were moments where um, I was like breaking down. I wasn't sure what I was even doing, and then in that phase of time, I was a bit of a joke. I One day I was like on social media. I was on TikTok. This was at the time when Andrew Tate was like kind of blowing up, kind of thing. And then at this time, I was doom scrolling it, and then I saw a video of like Sheikh Uthman. You know Sheikh Uthman, right? Okay, so I saw one of his videos, and it was a funny one. And he was saying in the video, um, "What is the martial arts for the Chinese? It's kung fu." And then he says, "What is the martial arts for Brazilians? Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right?" And then he said, "What's the martial arts for Muslims?" And he said, "Ra ta ta ta." And I was like in my head, "Yo, this guy's funny. This guy's mad funny, right? Terrorism, right?" At that time, like the memes, airplanes, all of that. You know the joke.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Um, so I decided to doom scroll this guy, right? I was doom scrolling Sheikh Uthman, and it was like a bunch of Dawa videos. And then the Dawa videos, right? I started making me like, whoa, this guy's speaking facts. Like it makes sense, right? And when I like something, when I enjoy listening to something, and I hear something that's very interesting, I like deep into it. Like I go into the rabbit hole of just discovering and researching, right? So after that 3 months, I spent almost 6 months um just studying the deen, not just like Islam, but like Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Sikhism, Hinduism as well. I was trying to like connect all the dots, you know what I'm saying? And it came to my resolution that Islam was the truth, right? Because it made really a lot of sense. And then from there, within that 6 months, I don't know how long I was studying it for, but I was just like so deep into it. I was watching like videos on hadiths and siras and all of these things just to get the full understanding of the whole religion. Because for me, it's like I know a lot of people they say certain things about the deen itself, but a lot of people don't try to challenge their own opinions, and that I think what makes people very like closed-minded is because they don't try to challenge their own opinions if it's correct or not. Even though you think it's true, have this openness of like, okay, can there any more be more truths in it? You know what I mean? So I did that, right? So I was like, okay, well, this is what I think I believe, but hold on, maybe there's more to it, right? Because in Islam, it's like it's very important to seek knowledge, and I understood that very well. It's very important to me, and I could relate to it. So I went to challenge it, right? And after challenging it for almost 6 months, I was like, okay, yeah, this is the one, right? And then from there, what happened? Let me think. Okay, yeah. From there, I decided to pretty much like take all the good and just put the stuff that I'm not really like into it right now on the side. So I just kind of like put it as part of my life. And then after just accepting all the good things and on the side and just taking it in and making it as my own, I was like pretty much Muslim, but I wasn't like practicing it. I was just like taking the good and the bad, like cherry picking. That's what I was doing, right?
Yeah.
And even though the stuff that I didn't want to do, is also a good thing. I was like dealing with like the choosing the desire aspect of the dunya rather than what you should actually do instead, you know? And I was just mixing it with my personal life. I was like, okay, I'm happy with this, right? But then part of my heart was like, no, I'm not really, you know? And one day I was just going to college, you know, and I met one of my Muslim friends at the time. And I told him, yo, bro, I was learning about Islam for like the last 6 months. Your religion is really nice, right? That's what he said. That's what I said to him. And he told me, like, he was really surprised that I was like looking into it. And he told me to basically come to the masjid every Saturday. It was like, it was a Friday. It was a Friday, and he told me, come to the masjid tomorrow, right? There's halaqas. I was like, what's halaqa? Oh, it's like a Islamic study session. They talk about siras and all kinds of things, right? I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I passed, bro. I got exams like following days, man. Like, I'm busy, bro. I'm busy, bro. And he told me on the spot, oh, okay, well, you can come the following week. I told him, nah, I'm busy, bro. Like, the weekends, it's very important for me, I got stuff to do. And he's like, well, if you still want to come, there's free food tomorrow. So I was like, okay, what time? That literally, I said, what time? What time? Right now, I'll go. Right. So the thing about me, bro, if you come and ask me 2 in the morning and you had a party or something, and you had good food, and you send me food pictures, bro, I'm getting up. I'm getting up. I'm gonna go to your place, bro. And subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew what would make me take the initiative. You know what I mean? Because he knows what can persuade me easily, right? But anyways, uh, after he told me about it, I went the next day. And when I went inside the masjid, I was like, oh, this place smells nice. It's peaceful, right? I was telling my friend, I was walking in with my friend. I said to him, so where's the food at? Right? And he said, oh, we got to finish the halakha first. I was like, all right. And then they started praying. It was like Maghrib time, I think. So they started praying. So I went to join. They were already on sujood. So I went on sujood. I was like checking out like the other guy was like, okay, this is how you do it. All right. Right. And after we finished the prayer, I was like, oh shoot, like, all right, so where the food at? I was talking to the guy beside me. I was like, where the food at? Right? He's like, oh, we got to finish the halakha first, bro. It's like, are you new here? I was like, oh yeah. I'm just learning. I'm just learning. I was like pretending and stuff. I'm just here for food, bro. You know. And I was partially listening, and I finished the halakha, and then after that, I ate the food, right? And after I ate the food, I spoke with the brothers. Everyone was really nice and kind. And then after that, I went home, like it was nothing. And then I decided, you know what? I'm kind of broke right now. Why don't I go every Saturday just to get free food? I was like, say less, right? So every Saturday, I decided to go to the masjid for free food, right? And I did this for 5 weeks straight. Now, on the second week, the third week, the fourth week, and the fifth week, I was on time. I've always went, and I started to actually listen in to what they're saying, and everything that they spoke about. I was like, hey, I learned this stuff already. I was like, how much knowledge did I absorb already in these last 6 months? And I was questioning everything because like everything they talk about, it's like I already know this, you know. And I was driving home one day with my friend. He was taking me home, and I think it was a Friday night, and he told me, no, I told him, yo, bro, I'm thinking of like getting a tattoo and stuff, right? And he's like, no, bro, that's haram, right? And then he told me, like, dude, I'm telling you, man, you should just convert, bro. I was like, all right, let me get my tattoo first, and then my sins will be forgiven, right? I was like, yeah, but you never know, man. You never know, man. You might die tomorrow, man. You don't know, man. Bro, he basically gaslighted me, right? And then I was like, all right, fine. I'll go tomorrow. All right, so I went to the masjid the next day, right? We finished our halakha, had my food, talked with the brothers for a bit, and then I put my food down, like on a plate, and I went up to the sheikh, and I was like, yo, sheikh, I'm ready, right? You want to see a photo?
Yeah, bro.
All right, if you can see clearly, that's me, and you see that food on the side right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my plate. I put my plate down, and that's when I spoke to the sheikh. I was like, all right, I'm ready.
And did you take your shahada right then and there?
Yes. Then I took my shahada from there, and alhamdulillah, here I am. So yeah. was a very long journey.